Hi, I'm Harper, and I'm a senior at Mountain View, and you're listening to the West Data Podcast.
It truly is this balance between science. We know what high impact strategies help kids learn faster, right, but there's this art to it. And when you see an artist perform, you can just sit back in awe. And oftentimes I walk into our teachers' classrooms and that's what I feel.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the We Are West Ada Staff Awards. This is a very special night and a very special Pulse edition of the West Ada Podcast. We are here to honor and recognize some of the best from throughout the district for what they do. And we're joined by three really outstanding guests. Dr. Derek Bubb is joining us. He's wrapping up, this is his fourth year as superintendent of the district. So he is here to give us his perspective. And then Cara Hinkson is the principal at Lake Hazel Middle School. She has been in the district for 8 years, and to get her perspective as a principal. And then finally, Kelli Scimeca. She teaches college literature, AVID, and English at Centennial High School. And let me just give you some background of kind of how this thing gets made. We had this conversation right before the awards banquet began, and I'll work really hard to intersperse some video from throughout the night to show you all what that looks like. So let me say this. If you're listening to the podcast, of course, we always love that, but this is one where I'll drop in some video to let you see what this night looks like. And so this might be one that you might want to jump on the YouTube channel and just watch and see the energy in this room throughout the night to be able to recognize excellence. But back to my earlier point, Kelli is actually going to win one of our Teacher of the Year awards tonight. She did not know that before we had this conversation. So to see her be able to be honored in that way is going to be super cool. So anyway, three outstanding guests, an amazing night, and an opportunity to see just excellence rewarded throughout the district is what this night is about. I'm so glad that you're here. Let's get to the conversation. Thank you all for being here. It's so nice to have you here. And Dr. Bubb, I'm going to start with you. I mean, this is a fun night. This is the third time we've done this. What's a night like this mean to you? How important is it to be able to recognize excellence across the district?
Yeah, I mean, the word that comes to mind is just inspirational. From our classified staff to our certificated staff, it really is an inspirational night. We have great teachers across our school district, so to be recognized as some of the best, great classified staff across the district. So recognize them to be the best of the best. I just think it means so much to us. And, you know, as we get to see their families and the excitement, our teachers don't do this, our staff don't do this for any recognition. I don't know anybody that came in and said, I just want to, I want a little bit of recognition. So be able to take a step back and have a nice night where we get to recognize the work that they do, the environment that they provide for our kids, the instruction that they provide for our kids. It's truly inspirational to be around these people.
Well, and the energy in the room. I mean, I right now, obviously, we're doing this before we've started, but the energy in the room. Can you speak to that? It's always kind of a cool thing to see people receive these awards.
It is so nice. You know, I mean, the only thing I can explain it like, you know, when you give a teacher a gift card or you bring them in a cup of coffee, they're excited about that. This is a special evening where we get to recognize the work that they're doing that we don't always have the time to be able to go into our schools and tell teachers how amazing they're doing. And so to be able to take some intentional time away to recognize them and tell them the great work that they're doing and celebrate them a little bit, it's worth every second of it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, and Cara, I mean, Dr. Bubb talked about it earlier. Winning one of these, no one does this to win an award or any of that kind of thing. But you won one of the Administrator of the Year awards last year. What was that like for you when you won that thing?
It's funny. There's two emotions that come out of that, right? Like there's this moment of being surprised that you're being honored and people see what you do, because you don't do it for the glory, right?
Of course.
The work is the work, and you do it because it's the right work to do.
Sure.
And then there's also this level of why me? Because my peers are so great too. Like I would say the middle school principal PLC is amazing. They all do great things every day, and so to be selected out of them is humbling, but also a little bit like they all deserve it too. And so it's kind of a hard space for me. I'm not here to.
No,
we don't end it for the glory.
Right.
Right. And so I'm trying to navigate that.
That makes sense. It makes total sense. Well, and Kelli, I mean, you've been at Centennial for 6 years now. What's it like? Why do you do what you do? Why the big question, the multi-million dollar question? Why do you teach? Why did you get into this profession?
I mean, the kids. I always wanted to be a teacher since I was a little kid. I would go home and like set up my stuffed animals as a little classroom and like take attendance, like they couldn't be there, right?
I have a daughter that used to do that, so I know what you mean.
She had 100% attendance back then. By the way.
Right.
No, I mean, I just always wanted to teach. It's the kids. I just love the kids, the energy that they bring. I mean, Dr. Bub and I have talked about just the teenage, just the whole vibe that they bring is just, it's so fun. And so it makes me come to work every day. I love it.
Well, and this is probably an impossible question, but a night like this, does it improve the morale at Centennial? Can you speak to that? What is that like in the Patriot world?
I mean, I think it's more, the Patriot world, the West Ada world, just we get to see teachers from other schools when we're like at PD sessions and stuff, right? But it's all business. So
right.
To be able to connect with people from other schools and other locations, just to, spend some time celebrating what we do as educators, and I just think it's really fun.
Well, and having your family here and all the things,
fun.
that's all really kind of cool. Well, Dr. Bub, I mean, what message do you have for all the we have amazing teachers across this district. This is not a small district. What message do you have for everybody else? I mean, obviously we're here honoring this excellence tonight, but what would your message be to just everybody, all the teachers and all the different staff across the district?
Yeah, it's really simple. It's thank you. And I don't know that we take the time to say that enough to our teachers. Just thank you. Thank you for investing in our kids. Thank you for investing in our community. Thank you for, our teachers continually try to improve what they're doing. Our best teachers are finding different ways to improve their craft in every possible way. And, if you're a brand new teacher and you're just getting in, they're just sponges and trying to learn new things and find out new ways to be able to engage kids. So thank you doesn't come close to what they deserve. I wish we had better words for that, but really a night to pause and say thank you to not just our amazing staff that are here tonight, but there's a lot that happens in our schools every single day that sometimes we are like, oh my gosh, that just happened and I didn't know. We have amazing administrators. We have I was over at a school this morning and the custodian was going around just cleaning. I got to the school at 6:15 this morning and the custodian was there making sure the school is ready to go and cleaned and ready for kids that day. And that happens every single day without us really even thinking about it. And so it's a big thank you to everybody for continually try to make sure that West Ada is an amazing place to work, amazing place to educate our kids, and an amazing place to build a positive community.
That's really cool. Well, and Cara, you've been at Lake Hazel for 2 or 3 years now.
3 years.
3 years now at Lake Hazel Middle. I mean, as a principal, as a leader, what do you? This is impossible to pinpoint, but what would you say is like what makes an excellent teacher stand out from your perspective?
To stand out when you're hiring them, or like stand out in the classroom?
In the classroom. I mean, kind of the day to day. Like when you see people who are doing an excellent job in the classroom, how do they stand out? How would you speak to that?
I think it starts with consistency. So they're great all the time. So it's every morning, every class period, every day has the consistency to it, and every day they're excited to see their students, and every day they're there to engage and to get kids' voice involved and to get kids to talk. Those classrooms typically are noisy or loud on some level, right? Not to say that you're not quiet doing your own work sometimes, totally appropriate too. I don't want that either, but that excellent teacher is the one that is there for their kids all the time. And I mean outside of that, all the hours, but I mean that's part of it too sometimes, but it's every time you walk in their room you know it's going to be great. It's not, they never turn it on for somebody walking in. They never like, oh, I'm getting evaluated.
It just is what
I'm
it
going
is,
to do this.
right?
It is what it is, and it's nothing that I do. It's what they chase, like that innovation or that creativity or that passion comes from inside, and I'm just there to like encourage and like, how can I help you? Like, what support can I offer you? Because you're already great. It's not us.
Yeah.
It's everyone. And what's fun about this event is that everyone here is so self-motivated to be great at what they do. And then you're in a room full of people that are just like really great at what they do. And the energy is really fun because they're like, oh, you too? This is so great. It's really fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I love hearing you talk about the passion, because not every day's a great day, right? There's hard days too. Yeah. But,
allegedly.
Allegedly. But I mean, I don't know, Kelli. I mean, where does your passion come from? I mean, I know you was talking about being a little girl in the line, but where's that passion come from for you?
Sometimes I'm like in shock that I get paid to like read books and talk about them. You know, like it's like I'm living the dream. Like that sounds like hyperbole, but it's so true. Like in my class, we read Shakespeare, we read Jane Austen, and it's like I'm reading my favorite things and like passing on my love for them to these, teenagers who actually, I just had a student who graduated last year come back and he's like, I read Pride and Prejudice again. And I was like, you did? And he's like,
I re-racked that thing.
Yeah,
let's go.
So it's like, it's just so fun to see them get excited about it. And, I do it over and over again, and it's just like, so much fun to introduce it to new kids every year. It's so fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Bob, I'm going to ask, I think, you this question, because I know, but this is for everybody, you guys. I know in your heart of hearts, I mean, you're the superintendent, but in your heart of hearts, I think there's probably still that math teacher, that coach in there somewhere. Who was a teacher that really influenced you and really that kind of made you think, hey, man, education might be my gig? Who was that person for you?
Yeah, it's so funny. I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't say my mom to begin with, right? My mom grew up with an educator's family, and so that's I saw both the pros and the cons about education at that time. And so I would start there, but I had a teacher, my fourth grade teacher, Mr. Bombeck, who taught me how to write. So I'll say this in front of an English teacher, and it's actually Emma Bombeck's mom. Irma Bombeck, sorry. Irma Bombeck's son was my fourth grade teacher, and Andy was the most inspirational teacher that I could ever have, and really let me have my own. I think we heard a little bit earlier, creativity, and just ignited that in me. And obviously, being Irma Bombeck's son, he had a lot of opportunities, and so he kind of talked about world opportunities that he was able to have, and it just inspired me as a person. And I thought, man, the impact that he had on me, I think about that often. I have actually Googled him and thought, how do I get out to this guy? So maybe he'll hear this podcast one day.
Let's go.
But probably, and I would say almost without compare, that's a person that impacted me, impacted my life.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, Kelli and Cara, same question to you all. Kelli, who lit your fire?
Mr. Achterman. I was a junior in high school, and he was my English teacher.
Shocker.
I know, right? He taught Gatsby, and honestly, that book just changed my whole life. Like, the way he taught it, the way that he helped us see, like, what the messages were, and, it was, like, 80 years old at that point, and it was, like, it's still relevant. He connected it to our lives, and he was just amazing, and,
I want to see your book list.
Yeah, it's good.
When we're done with this, I want to see your book list before you leave. That's really cool.
Good.
Well, Cara, same question for you. I mean, who lit the
Well, it's funny. My mom is also an educator. She was a middle school ELA teacher and then a high school librarian, and so lived that life. Man, I can tear off butcher paper like nobody's business, making a bulletin board. I'm really good at it. And so living that and seeing people give into other people's lives. I had a teacher at fourth grade. It's funny. I'm like, this sounds very similar. Mr. Shane, Randy, not Andy. Shane allowed me to pursue a lot of different interests when I didn't need what the class was doing, and it was great. And this fun fact: I got hired for my first teaching job by my middle school vice principal when I first got hired teaching, and so that was really fun to come full circle. And he's like, do you remember when you were in my office? No, sir. But thank you for hiring me.
Oh, no way.
So that was Mr. Rose, absolutely. So happy to have that come full circle. I tell it to kids, too.
Oh, that's cool.
I might hire you.
Yeah.
Is this how you want to? No.
Yeah. This is your first day of your job
exactly.
interview.
This is interviewing.
Exactly. This may come back around.
And it does. You never know.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I'm talking to you right now, but I mean, building a classroom. When you see young teachers and then maybe they're, it's their not their first day, but they're trying to learn how to build a classroom. As a principal, how do you assist with that?
So it starts with hiring really smart people and they're really good at their job, right? That's
self-motivation and all the things. Yeah.
Know what they're coming into, know the reality of it. And the other thing that we like to do is to talk about ahead of time kind of what great teaching looks like or what a great classroom management looks like. So we talk about that ahead of time, help them set up their rules. We do book studies, classroom management that works. Marzano's the author, is one of my favorites to do with new teachers. So we do it all year, talk about all the parts and pieces that they've already done, and then, so what are you going to do next year? And then, I want to change this. I want to do this differently. And so it's walking alongside of them, because you can't take over the classroom management. You can't take over the planning, because then they can't own it.
Sure.
And then they don't replicate it without you. But if you walk alongside and help them reflect and learn how to be a reflective teacher, once they have that passion and love of it, man, they take off, and it's incredible.
That's really cool. Well, Dr. Bub, I mean, kind of playing off that. I mean, when you see someone who's, we're always refining what we do, refining your craft. Well, how important is it to be a lifelong learner and refine your craft? What's that look like?
I think that's what's so unique about educators, because they live in the classroom. And we hear people all the time, inside education, outside education, use the cliche, I'm a lifelong learner.
Sure.
Truly, when you're a teacher,
you better be.
You're a lifelong learner. And so the amazing part is it's very easy when you are at the top of the world as an educator and you say, hey, you know what, we've got the highest test scores, or look at how great my kids are. It's very easy to sit back and be complacent and say, well, I'm doing great things. Our great teachers, they're doing great things. I guarantee Kelli is going to go back and say, okay, what can I change this summer to make sure that I've improved my craft as I head into the school year? Because every kid matters, and that really makes the difference in our great teachers. They know that, hey, I'm going to impact every kid. And so if one kid is struggling, what could I have done different to be able to reach that kid? Because there's so many different modalities. There's so many different ways to reach kids in our district. And so being able to improve that craft, and we're never perfect, right? And even when I go into classrooms, what I love about going into great teachers' classrooms is I learn more walking into Kelli's classroom than she'll ever learn from me. I can sit down and I'm
just because of approach, or what do you mean by that? Just the approach, or
just approach, their relationships with kids, how fluid their transitions are, how much they can get to kids in an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes.
Segue, so
right? It's just the work that they do. It truly is this balance between science. We know what high impact strategies help kids learn faster.
Right.
But there's this art to it, and when you see an artist perform, you can just sit back in awe. And oftentimes I walk into our teachers' classrooms, and that's what I feel.
That's cool. Like, can I bottle this?
Yes.
Well, that's what we have here, right? Like, we have however many of those people here are doing that every day, and that's absolutely it. You learn more going in and setting up teachers to go see other teachers, because they're going to learn more from each other than from me.
I love doing that.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. Well, and this is probably unfair, Kelli, but like, is there one moment or one, and it can be more than one moment, but something from this year, like, was there a day where you were like, oh man, that was a good day, or that was a cool moment? Anything? What are you most proud of, maybe, from this past year?
So this year I started teaching Avid, which I haven't done before. I've taught English for 23 years. It was my first year teaching Avid. So that whole class, every day, I feel like, is those moments, because I am having to change. It's brand new all the time, and AVID is advancement via individual determination. Yes, we have so many acronyms, right, in education, and
it's helping those students kind of pull up.
That's a program for students they're going to be the first kid in their family to go to college, right? So it's just opportunity knowledge, building relationships. We've gone on college visits, we've had college reps come, and the things that they've been through are just so inspiring to me. They're so motivated. They're just, they're amazing students who are just so dedicated, and I'm going to get sad, but I'm just so proud of them. Like, they just work so hard to they see that what they do here in high school is going to make their life better going forward. Where they go to college, we apply for scholarships, we do all those things, and it's really great.
I'm being redundant, but what's it like for you when you see that switch get flipped? I mean, how cool is that for you?
I mean, it's amazing. That's why we do what we do, right? I mean, we have one life, and this is what I always wanted to do with it, just to be there with them in that moment. Like, I'm excited because they're juniors, so in the fall we'll start applying to colleges, and I'm just like so excited to see where they end up and what that looks like for them. It's going to be so exciting.
That's fun.
Yeah,
that's
it's going to
really
be fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people are starting to file in a little bit, so we've got to. Our time is a little bit short, but before we go, Dr. Bub, let me start with you. Like, what advice would you give to that person out there who's thinking about being a teacher? Like, how do you strive for excellence in education? What's your opinion there?
And I would just say this is the greatest career that, and yes, absolutely, it's hard, it's difficult work. It is the greatest, most rewarding career, and I think you just heard that from Kelli.
Yeah.
It gives me chills to know that just tears her up, because that's what it's all about. That passion exists in every single person that is in our schools, and that passion is what makes West Ada special, and that's what makes education special. It is a very unique career. It's a special career. It's a hard career.
Oh, yeah.
But we need passionate people that want to come in and make a difference in the lives of kids. And every day I get to leave work and I think to myself, there's difficult things that we do, and we've gotten really good at doing difficult things. But at the end of the day, I get to leave work and know that we are across West Ada, across almost 500 square miles, almost 40,000 kids. We get to make a difference in a lot of lives every single day.
Over a very large area with a lot of stuff going. That's pretty cool when you think about the magnitude.
No question.
Cara, same for you. What advice would you give to that person out there going, "Gosh, do I want to be a teacher, or I'm into it?" How do you strive for excellence?
I don't know that I have a really great answer to you.
Sure.
Like if they want to be a teacher, I think most people know.
Does it go back to that self-motivation
I
thing?
think that they know if they want to teach. I think they wonder if that can make it a career, make it a lifelong job. Because a lot of people that come later say, well, I've always wanted to be a teacher, but I felt like I was supposed to do something else first.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
To meet a family expectation or to support a family. And so I would say to people, you can make a really impactful career out of being a teacher and moving kids and helping kids achieve, helping kids see the potential that in themselves that you can see in them, because they so often don't.
Sure.
And I think that's the encouragement of, it is hard. You're right. Yeah, it's a lot of work. You're right, but you can do it. And at the end of the day, you know that you've done something so rewarding for somebody else. It's not just all about you and your own self. It's amazing.
That's really cool. Kelli, any advice? I mean, what would you say to that person?
Find your people, find your tribe. I always say teaching is a team sport. You need your team.
Somebody's got to have my back, right?
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just someone you can go to be like, hey, is your internet down? Because my internet's down. Let's make sure, just having your people. Centennial is full of people that I love and could not live without. And just if you want to be a teacher, find your people that are going to have your back.
Absolutely.
I love that. Teaching is a team sport.
Yep.
I love it.
Fully. But it's true. And I want to say that as a district, it's a team sport.
Yeah.
Individual schools, we can't do what we do without district support. Individual teachers can't do it without teacher support.
Our schools are development and all the things,
Our
right?
schools are not going to
support.
work without classified staff. It is everybody together. And that is, I think, a unique thing to it too, right? Because it's not your individual achievement.
Sure.
It's this collective work of what we get to do at graduation that we feed into over time, right? It's this culmination. It's really cool.
Well, just as an aside, I mean, you guys, I've been able to come to each one of these and to see, because I never was an educator, but I see the passion of what you all do, and I'm like, man, the juice in this room. I mean, it's just cool, right? I mean, so anyway, we need to wrap up. But before we go, any parting shots? Is there anything that we haven't covered that you're like, hey, Ken, we should have talked about X, Y, or Z?
I think it's amazing for teachers to be recognized by their peers. It's really meaningful for your peers to say something about you.
Like you said,
right?
It's almost like you get voted or whatever Teacher of the Year, and you're like, are you guys sure? Like me? Because there's 20,000 other people.
Did you not see what everyone else in the hallway was doing?
It's very, like you said, it was humbling. It's very humbling for sure. It's like everyone should get Teacher of the Year,
Cool.
Absolutely. It's super fun.
Any parting shots, Dr. Bub?
Yeah, I would just say this. I mean, we obviously have spoken a lot about teachers. We've spoken a lot about our classified staff. But our principals put a lot of time, effort, energy into our schools every day. Leadership is not easy. Sometimes they are faced with tough decisions, tough conversations, all of those things. they do a tremendous job. And I don't know that we take enough time to recognize that. So it's also a special night. We get to put forward an Administrator of the Year, and we get to recognize them a little bit for the work that they do every single day for our kids. And a great principal leads to great achievement scores for kids, great results, great graduation rates, all the things that we look at as indicators of success.
Well, because leadership matters, right?
It matters.
But and all the way through, and there's not everyone's a leader theoretically in the perfect world, right?
100%.
Well, I thank you guys. Thank you. This is going to be a fun night, and I appreciate you all taking the time to come and chat before we do this fun celebration. But yeah, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks so much.
What an amazing group of educators to have here tonight. And I am so sorry, everyone, I forgot. I didn't tell you, we mentioned in our last podcast, my colleague, Katie Rodenbaugh, who always co-hosts this show or this podcast with me, she is actually leading tonight's festivities, so she was not able to be here. So I know she's wonderful. She'll be back next time. She's better than me. I get it. All the things. She'll be back next time to join us. But thank you for being here and for being just a part of this conversation. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Google, or Amazon, or if you listen on iTunes, please rate us and leave a review. You can go to, again, youtube.com for the video version, and I really encourage you doing that, again, for this podcast. And tonight's or this afternoon's question, think back. You heard me ask our guest this. Was there a teacher who changed your life? What did they do that continues to inspire you today? I would love, either on social media or you can send us an email, but I would love to hear who that teacher was, who that coach was, who that educator was, who had such an amazing impact on your life. I'd love to hear your answer to that question. So send us an email, communicate@westada.org, and as always, we love having you here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And again, a very special thanks to Dr. Bub and to Kelli and to Cara, and for all of the people who do such excellent work day in and day out throughout this district, because there are more than we can even begin to thank and say thank you to. But it's a pretty cool thing how they shape young people's lives. So again, thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.